Mr. Neil here, and in this video I'm going to go through question 17 from the 2019 National 5 Computing Science exam. This question is a database question and was identified as one of the more challenging questions within the paper. So question 17 is a relational database where we store the details of job vacancies for current employees. So each employee can apply for only one vacancy. So the table below shows the current job vacancies and the employees. Here's the question we're going to look at, and this is why it might be beneficial if you could have it up on your own screen, because then you can scroll to your own pace. So we have to design a query to display the job title and names of employees at pay grade 2 who have applied for any job in the production department. And I'll go and bring the data up so that you can see the data. So with these type of questions, remember you can draw all over the paper. So providing it's clear where your answers are, you can draw over any part of this table, because the marker's not going to be looking at the table, the marker's going to be looking at your answers. So in these type of questions, I would get a highlighter out and I would start highlighting. So in this case, we're looking to design a query to display the job title, initial and surname of employees at pay grade 2 for all who have applied for a job in production. So this tells me that, and this is where I'm going to just scribble on the side here. So the fields that I need are job title, initial and surname. The tables that I need are vacancy and employee ref, or employee, sorry. And the criteria that I need is department equals production, squeeze it in, and pay grade equals 2. Okay, so by highlighting it, I have identified the different parts of the query. So let's move down on this question. So the pay grade for H Patel should be pay grade 2 and not pay grade 3. The SQL statement below is written to make the change. Give 2 reasons why this SQL statement is not fit for purpose. So the first thing the query says is we've got to make changes to H Patel. So again, get my highlighter out and go, well, there's H Patel there, but we've also got an S Patel. So the first reason that this query is not fit for purpose is it will update other employees. And just to make it really clear, there are 2 Patels. The second reason is to do with the actual construct of the query itself. We want to change the pay grade from grade 3 to grade 2, but we have set the pay grade to grade 3, so nothing will happen. So we need to set pay grade equal to 2, okay, or words to that effect. There would be no update to the pay grade as the value is already 3, would be the other way of flipping it. And then for part A, we need to set the pay grade equal to 2. And generally speaking, on the where line, you always use the primary key if it's an individual record you're uploading, because we know the primary key is unique. So that is application reference equals 327. And of course, you just need to make sure you have got the full query. And apologies for my abysmal handwriting, but I am wary of time. Okay, so this is question 17D, and this is one of the ones in the course report that were identified as challenging. The following SQL statement is implemented in the database. Write the expected output for the SQL statement. And there are 5 marks. It's quite a lot that we've got to do for 5 marks. So this is what the markers comment said. Some candidates obtained full marks on this question, which was designed to be challenging. So this question is a challenging question. Several candidates identified the job title and app ref data, but did not sort the manager, clerk, and administrator into descending order of job title, or provide the output headings. The majority of candidates either scored 0 or 45 marks, suggesting the full range of marks was less accessible for C grade candidates. So this is really an A, B grade question. So it's really challenging your understanding of how SQL works. Okay, let me go through this with you and see if we can work up to a solution. So firstly, we need to look at the query and we need to identify what we're wanting from it. So the select line tells us that we want the job title and app ref. So that is going to give us the job title and the app ref. So those are going to be the 2 headings in our result. Job title, app ref. We've then got the line where vacancy.jobref equals employee.jobref. So that is our equijoin. And that is essentially saying that this here should equal this here, because that's a primary and a foreign key. We have then got the line driving license equals false. So we look at driving license and we identify the 3 people that have not got a driving license. Okay. Application 327, application 329, and application 330. So we now need to match these applications up with their job title. So application 327 has a job ref of HR22. HR22 is a clerk. Application 329 has a job reference of AD36, which is an administrator. And then app reference 330 has a job reference of PD18, which is a manager. So our results are going to be 327 clerk, 329 administrator, 330 manager. We're then said that we need to put the job title in descending order. So we need to put these in reverse alphabetical order. So we're going to have our manager first, then our clerk, then our administrator. And then we just need to go back and match up their app reference. So the clerk is 327. The manager is 330. And all I'm doing is just working back here. So the administrator is AD36 and AD36 is 329. Okay, and that is the solution. Our 5 marks, 1 mark is for identifying that the headings will be job title and app reference. We get 1 mark for finding the manager, 1 mark for finding the clerk, and 1 mark for finding the administrator. And then the last mark is for putting them in descending order. And that's how you get the 5th mark. Let's just have a look at this second part of this question. So we've now got our expected result. How can we use this expected output to check that the SQL statement works correctly? So describe how this expected output could be used to check that the SQL statement works correctly. So if I've worked manually through this question and I've identified that the manager, the clerk and the administrator are the 3 people that I want, I can then go and run this query in SQL and check what I actually get matches what I have predicted that I would get. So your 1 mark here is for saying that the actual results, when query is run, match the predicted result. Just like when you're testing a program, you identify extreme, exceptional, and normal test data. You predict what that test data will give you, and then you go and run it. So it's no different to here. We've manually gone through, we've checked our predicted or our expected result, and we want to see if that works. So we go and implement our SQL query, and we check the actual results against our expected or predicted results, and if they match, we're happy, and if they don't match, we need to go away and do a wee bit more work.